One of the best ways to get ahead in life is to focus on one thing. As easy as this sounds, it is largely misunderstood by a great number of people. In fact, I find myself teaching on basic concepts, which I rarely do. I enjoy the intricate moments. I enjoy teachings that you get a 4 minute rant out of the video. But something happened recently that made me realize it's from Samaria to Judea to the uttermost part of the earth. What this verse means from a metaphoric standpoint is things are learned gradually. Nobody climbs a tree from the top. So there are basic concepts that you need to learn as touching success. Now, how successful can an individual who's addicted to all shades of vices be? Exactly. The time he's supposed to spend working, the time he's supposed to spend putting in effort, the time he's supposed to spend getting ahead is in the bathroom, making upward and downward movements. Now, I don't want to get on a rant on this video, but it had to be said. So basic concepts, foundational concepts are easy, and as you know, anything gotten easy is generally unappreciated. Take your limbs, for instance. Your limbs are very important as touching your life and destiny. In fact, there is no amount of money that you could be offered which would be nearly as enjoyable with limbs. So you see the point. In fact, this is a vice I myself am guilty of. Nobody wakes up in the morning and give thanks for having limbs. It's common sense to us because it was easily attainable. Yet, the crippled guy observes you humans with envy as you walk. To you, walking is natural, walking is common sense, it is basic, yet is someone's desire. The point I'm trying to highlight from all of these examples is basic are important, but they are unappreciated because they are easy. But basic are foundational concepts. Foundational concepts has to be laid in which you then put your complex edifice. I was looking for a more interesting word. Erect your complex edifice upon. So without foundation, nothing can be built. Without foundation, a business cannot be built. Without foundation, a family cannot exist. You can go on and on. There's nothing that is built without foundation. In fact, your life now is built upon foundation, but unconsciously so. That's why it's shaded with all kinds of negativity. The foundation of indiscipline, the foundation of vices, and all kinds of time-wasting activities. So basic concepts are important as touching life and destiny. One of the things we'll discuss in tonight's video, and I want you to listen very intentionally. Listen, not just for entertainment. Listen with the zeal to learn. Because information are vehicles. Information transition you from point A to point B. The difference between you and I is here. You would agree with me if there was some neurological process that could swap our brains, I would produce the exact same result in your body. So the problem is not going and getting that extra Gucci back. The problem is not buying things. The problem isn't acquisition. The problem is your mindset. this is that subject is beyond the scope of this video. So let's stay on course. Foundation, basic concept, focus on one thing. Before we begin distilling keys, let's talk about how to find what to focus on. It's a wrong word to say find. When you say find, you're looking for something. It's external. You have to stand up and look. I choose a more interesting word, which is identify. How to identify what to focus on. It's very easy. The problem that comes with identification is acceptance. You do not believe cooking, for instance, is enough to make you a billionaire. You do not see the profit associated with that one activity. And in fact, the ease and joy that comes with that activity is enough to repel you, because now you feed your psyche, you aren't working hard enough. Therefore, you move into things like crypto and the next green grass. In fact, every single person who has achieved success will sit and analyze and agree with me. The things which they wanted to do, or the things that brought them to success at the infancy of their career, they would put it at the bottom of the to-do list, because doing things they are not interested in requires discipline, requires hard work. Then they feed their psyche, they are working hard, yet that activity has little to no bearing on your destiny. My friend, the activity you find easy, the activity you find joy in, someone else finds difficulty in, someone else sees it as rigorous. So do not despise that one thing. If I was to sit here and ask you as a professional, what do you want to do? You know what to do, but you are yet to see the profitability in that activity. You are yet to see the profit associated with that activity. Apologies, I was thinking of something else. A very interesting activity occurred today. I was accused of something. I don't want to get into it. That's what my thoughts zoomed off to. However, focusing on one thing, which is that thing, that activity that is yet, or you are yet to see profitability in. In fact, based on my intellect, I am a very smart guy. Therefore, the consecration demand on my destiny demands I study a lot, extensively. Now, from an extensive standpoint, or from an external standpoint, if you observe an individual who's confined to a desk, learning how the economy works, reading charts, observing companies, reading thank yous, reading thank you, understanding taxes and how to use the legal system to his advantage, you might not understand every single thing he's doing. You might not understand the list, as I have just stated, but confined to a desk, plowing through books is a very stupid sight. Go get a job, you say. Go do this. You're wasting your time. As ridiculous as this sounds, it's the same with you. I might not be able to point out each and every unique skill. Take cooking, for instance. You might find solace with the excuse materials are expensive, I don't have a way to utilize my talent, my kitchen is bad. My friend, let me make something clear. If you find excuses, or if you look for excuses, you would always find them. The Bible says it, seek and you shall find. So if you look for excuses, you would always find them. That's one. Two, as I earlier stated, the trivialization associated with your talents, the unprofitability as you bestowed on that talent is false. In fact, once you have a talent, you foolishly assume everybody is that way. You foolishly assume everybody's smart. You foolishly assume everyone understands physics or chemistry. Yet, it isn't so. In fact, let's delve on the subject of cooking. I can't cook for shit. And if I go to the kitchen, I'll do what I know how to do best. Convince the tomato, chop yourself up, beg the oil to pour itself into the pot, and while I argue and debate why they should cook me a meal, and before it enters the first, the sun got dry, you will prepare something for I to eat. Yes. So that's it. So the point I want to highlight is, once you take action, the universe bestows upon you difficulty. I'm being honest with you. The more you take action, the more difficult it's going to be, until it begins to get easier. You find contributing factors as touching your destiny, because once you're not taking action, your mind isn't inclined to opportunities. Let's take recording for instance. Look at my previous videos, the shitty environments, but now the video has improved, and if I travel or go to better environments, the quality of the video improves accordingly. Now, not to say the success of this channel is hinged upon the environment, no, but it helps. It helps. I'm telling you, this video will be more powerful if filmed upon a yacht. Honestly, but transformation is happening. Focus more on the video and the visuals. When it's time to observe the video and the visuals, I'll let you know. And as always, my friends, a pleasure speaking to you. I'll see you in the next one.